without so much responsibility, you're going to see a lot of flash plays.
On 3rd and 10, Rivers pass a little wobbly. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Henderson. The young man they took with the 9th overall pick. Play clock down to 1. They get it off just barely. Rivers, well protected. That pass is intercepted.
They like the left side of the line a lot better than the right.
3rd down and goal. Burrow to throw. Throws toward the back of the end zone. A leaping attempt. And it is intercepted, it looks like.
Got a lot of speed on the outside in Fuller and Cooks. Take a deep shot.
Watson has time. Over the middle, and it is picked off. Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones has it. And Jacksonville's getting the ball right back. 4 catches, 38 yards for Randall Cobb. A play fake. Watson has all day. Looking deep for Will Fuller, and it's juggled and picked off. Intercepted by Jared Wilson. Down the sideline. Wilson at midfield. Still going. Wilson at the 30. Trying to cut it back the other way. And it's Deshaun Watson.
Jacksonville looking for ways to apply pressure. A lot of time for Stafford. And batted away. It's intercepted. Schobert has the takeaway.
Because Avery Jones put on IR earlier this week. That punt's blocked. Jags block it, and they scoop it up and take it in. Daniel Thomas. He blocked it, and he scores it.
Extra pressure, blitz is on. Rodgers, and it's intercepted. The throw was a little bit behind Valdez-Scantling, and Sidney Jones, who's played a heck of a game, gets the takeaway.
Still have time for one shot at the end zone here with 9 seconds left at least. Roethlisberger steps up. He'll heave it. End zone, intercepted. Jacksonville gets it back with Daniel Thomas. And Thomas working the sideline as time expires.
Put themselves one game below 500 and an opportunity to move deeper into the playoff chase if they can get the comeback in the second half, and it's not going to start that way. Joe Schobert, pick 6 for Jacksonville.
He's got to be under 4 yards per carry if you want to have a chance as a defense to stop the run.
Tannehill, quick trigger release. Football came loose. Davis with the catch. What's the call here? And the officials say fumble, Jacksonville football. It was Doug Costin there for the Jags.
But their draft picks normally pan out pretty well.
Jackson to the air, has time, looking for Brown deep, and it's intercepted. Josh Jones on the interception.
So a first down now from the 13. Trubisky with time. On the move, coming back this way, and looking, and throwing to the end zone. It is intercepted in the end zone.
You know, the way you look at it, if you're Mike Lennon, just an opportunity, right, to put some good film out there for people to see. And
this is DeAndre Carter, and he's hit hard. The ball is loose inside the 30-yard line.
Second and 10. Rivers taking a deep shot, and it's picked off by Wingard, who gets up out of the end zone, and he's going to return this one. And that doesn't turn out to be a good decision.
First down at the 43. Murray lobs it deep and intercepted. Wingard at the 20, out of bounds, and the Jags force him to turn it over. A 22-yard return.
Pace right now. They take over 1st and 10, 34, stopping a Jacksonville drive, and Tua winds up. Intercepted, picked off by Nevin Lawson. He'll weave, and they take it right back and brought down by Hollins.
It has to start up front from Jacksonville.
Smith turns into trouble and goes down inside the 15-yard line. DeJuan Smoot.
Allen. Dangerous pass is picked off. Rudy Ford on the interception. First career interception for Rudy Ford. 2nd and 12. Play fake. Pressure's coming. Allen can't get away. Taven Bryan. He has been largely a disappointment in his Jacksonville career.
Do you bring an extra rusher from this second level here?
They do. Bills trying to pick it up. They can. Allen throws. Intercepted. It's Josh Allen. Intercepting Josh Allen.
Jags rush 4. Ryan to the sideline, and it is intercepted. Tyson Campbell with his first Jaguar interception, and he may steal some points for Jacksonville at the end of the half.
But a big third down here, 3rd and 8. Mills pass is intercepted. It's Tyson Campbell with his 2nd interception of the season. Folks, extra point is deflected and no good.
And that's why you see the Colts in this kind of a hole, 7 points in the second quarter.
Wentz to throw. Under pressure. Escapes. And still on the move, and now he's been whistled down.
Jaguars really struggled last week against the New England Patriots.
From the 38. Under pressure and going down. And the ball back inside the 25-yard line and recovered by Jacksonville. Wentz pulls it down once, now throws, intercepted. Damian Wilson with the interception. There is the first road pick of Carson Wentz this season.
Wentz is well protected, and that throw is intercepted. Tyson Campbell cut in front of the intended receiver. From the 25-yard line, Wentz goes back at it, and it's intercepted in a crowd. Oh, it's Trayvon Walker in his first NFL game. He went down on the ball. Let's see if the officials rule him down inside the 10-yard line.
A 3rd down and 10 from near the 40-yard line. Ryan to throw. Pressure's coming. Throws to the far sideline. It's intercepted. He kind of threw it up for grabs. And it was intercepted by Rayshon Jenkins. The Jaguars will have the football.
Against the Texans, we're on the way to losing this one to the Jags. Not the start anyone would have expected.
That ball's deflected, and it's intercepted by the Jaguars. Devin Lloyd, the rookie from Utah, was in the right place at the right time. Matt Ryan is back in. Nick Foles had been warming up on the sidelines. So Ryan dropping back to pass, lofts it to the near side. It's intercepted again. Andre Cisco will be doing the celebrating this time.
Carter from the 8. Herbert. Throwing, popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Jaguars. And brought down at about the 5-yard line is Devin Lloyd, the rookie out of Utah.
And the last thing you want to have happen is to have this type of an injury linger and linger as the season goes on.
This is 3rd and 10. Herbert running out of time and goes down, and the ball is loose. Inside the 30-yard line. And it is Jacksonville ball.
And a touchdown out of empty. Eagles playing with pace. Hurts faking the handoff, the pass, bat into the air, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Cisco. Cisco still going inside the 20. Cisco is going to score. Pick 6 for Jacksonville.
On
2nd and 8. Wilson throwing it. He's intercepted. Tyson Campbell comes up with the turnover.
One of those outside edge rushes has to get after Derek Carr right here.
Carr will check it over to Bolden, and now he's going to try to lateral it across the field to Morrow. Morrow throws it back. Lloyd has it. Lloyd is down at the 15, and the Jaguars will win.
Mahomes has 3 touchdowns and 41 of 82 career starts, including postseason.
That's crazy.
So you talk about the yards, now you throw the touchdowns in.
2nd and 9. Does a great job avoiding a sack.
No.
Got picked by Cisco. Wow. With 7:55 to go.
3rd down and 7. Pressure's coming. Tannehill lost the football. Big hit on Tannehill. Trayvon Walker forced the fumble, and the Jaguars recover.
In his effort and his actions each and every day.
Tannehill intercepted. Wingard picked it off, and Tannehill makes the tackle at the 46.
2nd and 18. Prescott in trouble again, running away and looking, and it's high, and it's intercepted. The Jags have it. Jenkins has it. Down to the 20. Penalty at the end of it. 3rd and 4. Blitz coming. Prescott throws backwards and intercepted. Jenkins has another one. Racing down the sidelines. Rayshon Jenkins is going to win it.
You bunch 3 receivers to the right. Wilson back to throw. Clock is at all zeros. And that'll be picked off. So that'll look good on the stat sheet. Lloyd, he's going to lateral it. We've seen this all weekend long to Andre Cisco. Well,
we get into it. 2nd and 8. Mills, and that one flutters. It's a loose ball. Still loose. Tyson Campbell, touchdown! Fatukasi had the quarterback pressure, and Tyson Campbell with the scoop and score for his first NFL touchdown.
Dobbs airs it out. Burks, the target, he's picked. Intercepted by Campbell. Great return. Out of bounds at the 25. Dobbs is hit from behind. The ball's out. They're calling this a fumble at the moment. And the return by Allen for the touchdown. Jenkins hit Dobbs, and for now, it's a touchdown.
In the backfield, off the fake to Funk on 2nd down. Richardson fires, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
He's under a microscope. 2nd and 14. Mahomes loads it up. Going to take a shot. Deep ball. Intercepted. Flying in. Cisco.
The shot play's coming.
Robinson motions across. Ritter's looking back to the right side and throws an interception. He threw it right into the hands of Darius Williams, who's going to take it all the way to the end zone. A crushing pick 6 just when the Falcons had the offense going. Fake the toss to Algier. Ritter down the middle. Throw another pick. Oh my goodness. Andre Cisco, the safety, up and moving. He loses the football, and they fall on it. Lewican recovered his teammate's fumble, but back-to-back picks by Ritter.
But getting back to Jacksonville, I think, it's taking some.
Ball knocked out of the hands of Ritter. That was Josh Allen who got there, the strip sack for the best pass rusher on this field, and that's a punctuating play for this Jaguar defense.
How much better will I broadcast? 3rd and 15. Allen hangs in there, throws deep to Diggs. Jump ball. And Darius Williams comes down with it. He's being ruled down where he caught it.
Colts begin at the 25. Minshew fakes. To the air, he's sacked. Football is loose. Jacksonville has it. And right on cue, it's Josh Allen. Game wrecker. But boy, got a little help there from Devin Lloyd. 2nd and 10. He steps up in the pocket. And here it is. It is picked. Andre Cisco. Unbelievable. 22 yards on the run back. And Jacksonville back in business. Boy, I know those gloves are sticky, but that was ridiculous by Pierce. Minshew, fresh set of downs. Wobbling pass. Intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins, and he's got some real estate. On 4th and 5, Minshew intercepted in the end zone.
After the timeout, 2nd and 3 for Pittsburgh. Shotgun Trubisky. Trubisky lets it fly. Intercepted. Stepping in front is Wingard. And Wingard remains on his feet into Pittsburgh territory.
Bryce Young finally got his first win.
Final play here. Trubisky is going to lay it up there, and it's intercepted. Antonio Johnson will end it for the Jaguars. The winning streak continues for Jacksonville. That's 5 in a row.
From the 25, this is Boyd. That's behind the line of scrimmage. He's looking to throw, and he throws a pick. Intercepted by Josh Allen.
As a coach and a person, he talks to him and Gary's son Clint every week. 3rd down and 4. Flacco intercepted. He put it right in the chest of Darius Williams. The Jaguars defense needed that. Out of bounds. Flacco threw a pick last week, and he throws one here on 2nd down. Flacco, 7.5 to go in the 3rd. Look out! Flacco gets crushed. The ball is loose, and the Jaguars recover. It's Ledbetter on the recovery.
And Ronnie Stanley's right. Nobody's rushing him like that.
2nd down, Jackson, the fake, swing to the middle, it's intercepted. Undercut by Rayshawn Jenkins to the 47-yard line. We're trying to just smoothly slide it in, but Jenkins' son took it, his 2nd pick of the season.
But don't forget, Trayvon Walker also 2 sacks today. So that's a big one here for Jacksonville fans.
Young able to escape, throws on the run. It's deflected and picked off. Intercepted. Antonio Johnson runs it back all the way inside the Panthers' 30.
Extra lineman is in, who provides a block, and Tannehill to the air. Intercepted, picked off by Cisco. He's off to the races. Tannehill knocks him out of bounds. Big time play. Andre Cisco picks off Tannehill.
Nick Harris. Foreman Cratchit lost the ball. Pops back on top of it. Boy, is that reminiscent of what happened to Jacksonville last week in their loss with Etienne fumbling on his way to the end zone.
So you can't just defend the sidelines if you're Jacksonville. You have to defend the entire field.
Remember, it's been raining here, so footing for the kicker. Football came out. Flacco hit. It's still loose. Hines Allen's got it. And he's going to rumble to the 10. 5 seconds.
Just need to throw that out there with the Lions and Cowboys playing later. Play fake. All kinds of time. There's DJ Moore. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Cisco. Moore was open, but a little too much air under it allowed Cisco to make the play. 43-yard attempt for Cairo Santos. High snap. Ball is away, and it's no good.
2nd down and 11. Love's pass near side is picked off.
Darian Jones with the interception.
Barkley on first down. And he lost the football late. Scooped up by Trayvon Walker. Walker still going. Trayvon Walker at the 20. Walker at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Unbelievable. No flags. No whistle. And the Jags are right back in it.
This is where the first Minnesota drive stalled, right around the 30. Darnold on the slant, off of Jefferson's hands, and Foyashade Oluokun has the interception. Darnold, time, plenty of it, end zone shot, and another end zone interception for Sam Darnold, and Buster Brown has the first pick of his career. Darnold's hoping for a one-on-one somewhere. He's throwing to the end zone, and he's picked again. This time it's Darnell Savage. Out of bounds, shy of the 30. 2 flags on the far side of the field, and now 2 flags on the near side.
And a running back success. High snap, Rudolph's pass deflected, and it is picked. Devin Lloyd.
Something they're going to have to battle all game long.
And the fans, Jen, as Young rolls out, looking, throwing, and intercepted. Knocked in the air at the 35-yard line. Foye Oluokun.
Over the top of this offense right here. Try to make you throw it underneath and eat up time on the clock. There's another check down.
Oh, one-handed snag. Jordan Lewis with the interception.
53 yards from here. Browning pressured in his face, and he throws an interception on the backside. Eric Murray, the former Houston Texan, with Trayvon Walker right in the grill of Browning. Browning, 5 in the pattern, rolls to the right, off the back foot, throw is intercepted. Across the body throw, Andrew Wingard all over it. And the former Wyoming Cowboy tiptoes down the sideline. Browning over the middle, intercepted. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker for the Jaguars, makes the huge play. Did he go down? They say he did.
He hasn't played in a while, but still has yet to really find that connection with Christian Kirk.
C.J. Stroud's pass is picked. Jordan Lewis with a snatch.
Just stands in there in the pocket, takes a shot on that play.
Third down pass completes. College football's out. Devin Lloyd has it.
Man.
Just crazy.
I would try to get a matchup on a linebacker and get him the football.
Here they come, Hines Allen around the edge. Stroud's pass, they may have gotten a piece, and that is picked.
Off the fake, Purdy. Up and downfield. He's going to float it for McCaffrey. Loose ball. Picked off by Devin Lloyd. Another Jacksonville takeaway. Flag is thrown. And finally, he's brought down. Break. Left some points on the table in the first half. Niners continue to deal with injury issues. Purdy floats it and throws an interception to Devin Lloyd. That's a 2-pick game for the 4th-year man out of Utah. Purdy stops. Ball is out. Loose ball on the deck. Did the Jaguars do it again? Devin Lloyd is having a superstar-type game. He knocked the ball loose, and Jacksonville has its 4th takeaway of the day. Foyashade Oluokun comes out of the pack.
On second down. Picked off. Lloyd again. Devin Lloyd. What a year. Still rolling. Down the sideline. One man to beat. Lloyd. Pick 6.
But
of course, no Travis Hunter, went on injured reserve for Jacksonville earlier this week. And that ball is picked off by Tarek Brown and the Jags. A bit of confusion, so Gino Conley hangs on to the football.
The last play of the game after a timeout.
Trey Tucker, the speediest guy the Raiders have, and the sack will come for Jacksonville and Josh Hines-Allen.
And maybe some of the things that he's had success doing in the past. Mills, and anticipated and picked off. Stepping in front, Jarian Jones. Turnover, Houston.
Austin Deculus is now into the game for the Chargers at left tackle. Coming in for Penning. Herbert is picked. Overshot his man. It's Antonio Johnson. Johnson's got blockers. All the way down inside the 10.
But it comes down to the offensive line protecting Brissett.
Four the pattern for Brissett. First down. Brissett smothered. Josh Hines-Allen. A week after he became the franchise's all-time sack leader.
NFL's leading rusher, Jonathan Taylor, in the backfield. Shotgun for Jones. Fake it, and it's intercepted by Lloyd. Devin Lloyd weaving. Lloyd trying to cut it to the outside, and he's tripped up. Turnover, Indianapolis. Josh Downs makes the tackle.
You almost knew that he was at least going to get 70 yards.
2nd and 7 for Leonard. Wow. And that's 50-50. Wow. Who's got it? Pittman, the receiver on the play, and they're ruling it a pick.
The ruling on the field is an interception by Jacksonville. First down.
At certain points of that fourth quarter, they would have ended the game probably because of a clock situation for the Texans not having enough time. Wow. Leonard just gets rid of it. Hines-Allen was there.
So if they don't have success, the Jags don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, because they got a guy that has a big leg. Cook, his pass is nearly intercepted. Was it? Yes, it was. Picked off on the near sideline by Brown.
But why are they snapping a ball with less than 10 seconds left? That makes no sense.
Off the play fake, Cook. Here comes the pressure. He lofts it to the back of the end zone. Intercepted. Ventrell Miller.
Our boss, Ross Malloy, takes us for pickleball to show how good of a college Division I tennis player he was.
He was very good.
I mean, every team he was on won by a lot.
And Cook is picked off on the outside. Antonio Johnson went right on top of the receiver and picked this one off.
On 4th and 2. Nix to the sideline, intercepted. Jarian Jones with his 2nd pick of the year.
And they've thrown it. Josh Downs has been his guy, number 2 to the top. 3rd and 3. Looks his direction and throws an interception. Jarian Jones the pick. It was Downs that saved a touchdown. They do bring 5. Leonard steps up. Here it goes, letting it fly to the end zone. Alec Pierce had a shot at it, but not going to get it. The job's finished. The Jaguars hang on.
Well, they're going to throw it. Allen will float it. It's picked off. Intercepted by Antonio Johnson. And Antonio Johnson with a house call. First big play for the defense of Jacksonville. First NFL touchdown for Johnson.
Ray Davis is back there at the goal line. #1 kickoff return average in the NFL. Got a chance to show his stuff as he crosses the 20, the 30, the 35. He gets hit by his own teammate. The ball's on the ground. Each team thinks they have it.
Jacksonville. Whoa.
He's got a 2nd and 8. Looking for options. Not going to be there. He's dragged down again. Josh Hines Allen is in the house.